Some people would say this is too many chess sets. And those people would be right. But seeing as I already have them, I thought I would show you my chess set collection. Why do I have so many chess sets? Excellent question. I like to shop, and every chess set is different and hopefully has its own purpose. At the same time, I have received many of these chess sets as gifts, either from friends or from brands, so I am not wholly to blame for buying all of them. Today, I'm going to show you all of my chess sets, talk you through how I got them, what I think about them, would I recommend them. There are going to be some vintage and incomplete chess sets in here, so not everything is going to be purchasable, but anything that is still available will be linked in the description box below. By the way, my name is Lula, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to start with the most basic of all chess sets. I have multiple folding/roll-up plastic chess sets. This isn't all of them. I have 3 boards here, but I have more upstairs on my wall. Why on my wall? Because it's one from a special event. I got one at the FIDE Olympiad. I've had multiple from chess.com. I've got this one, which is the first chess set I ever bought, which I got on Amazon. And I really wanted black and white squares. Totally regret getting black and white squares because it's actually very hard to see the black pieces, but whatever. The main problem with plastic chess sets is that there is nowhere to keep the pieces. However, you have kind of a bell curve with chess sets where the cheapest and most expensive chess sets, there's nowhere to put the pieces. And then in the middle, you have a bunch of folding chess sets that come with their own storage. So I keep all of my chess pieces in plastic Ziploc bags because there's no other way, unless it's an expensive chess set, and then I keep them in a fancy shoebox. So I'm not going to be comparing the difference between my plastic sets other than my World Chess folding set, which I will show you in a moment, because the vast majority of plastic roll-up sets are the same. The only real difference is how weighted the pieces are. Most of mine are quite budget versions, so they don't have the highest weight of pieces, which I think is triple weighted pieces. If you want to invest in a really nice plastic chess set, you get the triple weighted pieces, but mine are just basic and they serve a purpose. That purpose is that they are tournament size, so they're good for practicing and visualizing. They're cheap, they're portable, and I really don't care if they get damaged. So I would recommend every chess player has a plastic roll-up chess set, and I just so happen to have many. So maybe I should, I don't know, cut them all up and make them up into a dress. That could be my next project. So this is the only one that's slightly different from my plastic roll-up chess sets because this is actually a cardboard folding board, obviously, as you can see, but it comes with the same kind of plastic pieces that you get from a roll-up set. The only thing I will say is these pieces are significantly nicer than pretty much every other plastic roll-up set that I've had. These pieces are a little bit bigger than the standard pieces. They have their own design. The knights are not cursed, which is very important. And in general, these are my favorite plastic pieces to take wherever I go because, again, they are portable, they are not too heavy to carry, and I also quite like the fold-up board. This one is from World Chess and it has the same piece design as their luxury, like wooden carved sets, but in plastic. So I think that's why they feel higher quality. Next up, we have my Nimzo set, which you may notice I didn't mention among my plastic roll-up sets. That is because this is a much more luxury item than the average plastic roll-up set. The Nimzo set has like a silicone board instead, and it comes with very heavy pieces. Like this bag is like, I could do weightlifting with this and I would gain muscle. What I really like about the Nimzo set is how luxurious the pieces feel because they are the heaviest pieces I probably own. They have a metal base. I think that this is why. And I generally do really like the minimalist style, both on Nimzo and on World Chess. I don't like pieces that are, I don't like the knights that have teeth. We all know at this point I don't like when the knights have teeth. It creeps me out when they have teeth. It creeps me out when they have too many wrinkles on their faces. Like, it's a fake horse. Why does it have to look like that? You know, if we have the choice of making a horse look good, why, Mr. Staunton, was Staunton a real person? Why, Mr. Staunton, are we making horses look like that? It just seems completely unnecessary to me. So I do prefer the minimalist look. I know some people don't, but that's personal preference. The Nimzo set also comes with like a carry case and everything, which is great because, as I said, the majority of plastic sets don't. This one would be my preferred set to take out compared to the ones I just showed you, except this one is heavier. So if I know I'm going to be doing like a lot of walking to get to my destination, I probably want to take the lighter chess set just for practicality. But if you're driving somewhere, you have a big bag, you know, you take this one every day of the week because it's just a more luxury chess set. I could literally do like bicep curls with this. I know that this is not how you do bicep curls, but I'm sitting down right now, so it's pretty heavy. I wanted to start this video by doing all of the plastic chess sets, not because I think plastic bad, wood good, but because I just think it's useful to categorize chess sets by their type. The next chess set I have to show you is the last kind of plastic one that I have. It still has a fold-up board, and the pieces are wood effect, but they're definitely plastic. I got this at the charity shop for like £3.50. And the reason I bought it was because it reminded me of the chess set that we had in my house growing up, which had a similar board but different pieces. And most of you will know that I didn't play chess growing up, but we did have a chess set and it had crayon all over it because I used it to draw on. I did not use it for its intended purpose. I used it as a canvas for my excellent high quality art. Definitely art is a word we can use there. And so I thought, you know, I would get this one because I saw it at the charity shop. Basically, if there's a chess set at the charity shop, I will buy it because £3.50. Like, what if I need a chess set that was £3.50? You never know when you're going to need a chess set that was £3.50. Also, when I opened this one, I thought that the knights were really cute. And unfortunately, you are going to see later in this video that a lot of much more expensive chess sets have much worse knights for reasons beyond my comprehension. Obviously, I didn't pay retail price for this, but it's a pretty old plastic, like toy chess set, so I don't imagine it was ever expensive. But it's crazy to see how the craftsmanship just isn't really there anymore when it comes to more budget options. So that's one of the reasons I like to collect old chess sets. Moving on to our first wooden chess set, this is also a chess set that I thrifted. You're going to see this as a recurring pattern. I like to thrift things. This one was another £3 or £4 budget chess set, and it actually came with backgammon pieces as well as chess pieces. Now, I don't play backgammon, so that's not very useful to me, but I do appreciate that there is somewhere to store the chess pieces inside of the set. Since I bought this chess set, it has become quite beaten up, and that's because this is my chess set that I take everywhere where I'm worried it will get damaged. So I used to have this chess set in the boot of my car for when I would go to the beach. I have taken this chess set to the countryside and put it on damp grass. I don't care if it gets sandy. I don't care if it gets muddy. I don't care if it gets scratched. It was not expensive and it does the job. So I think that, I mean, I could be taking a plastic set for this, but this one is just a little bit more resilient than a plastic set. I imagine if I had gotten sand on some of the chess sets I've shown you so far, it would never have come off. And also this one has a handle, so it's basically an accessory. It's a handbag. If I wanted to use this as a handbag, technically, who is going to stop me? You could use it as a briefcase if you were not handbag inclined, but I am. I'm not generally a big fan of the folding chess set, but this one is an exception because it has been very useful to me. You may recognize this chess set from a thumbnail I made about what chess set you should not buy. This one. I think every chess player has received one of these as a gift. I actually bought this one myself in Krakow, but I did receive an identical brown one as a gift one year from somebody. I bought this one just as like a fun touristy souvenir. I liked the little burned wood details on the pieces and I just thought it was fun, but I don't use it to play on because I feel like that would be a nightmare to use to play on. It's too small, the pieces are not really weighted or very stable and you would just knock them over. So would not recommend that you get one of these, but it could look fun. Like it looks fun on a bookshelf and you could set it up and it looks fun in the background. It's more of a decorative chess set, if you will. There are probably better decorative chess sets out there. I don't know, blue chess set, fun, quirky. I don't think it was expensive. This is the last folding chess set that I have to show you. This is a chess set that was made by a very, very small company. And I don't usually like novelty chess sets, but this one was cats. And if you guys know me, then you know how much I love cats. So I was like, oh my gosh, a cat chess set. And they didn't really make many of them, I think, because it was just like one guy who designed them. And I was super excited about it. I received the chess set, but unfortunately it's just become very damaged since I got it, and I've used it very few times. But just from storage, like, it has scratches on the board, so that's very sad. But the pieces are still really cute, and the pieces are still in perfect condition. One thing that bothers me about the pieces is they're not felted at the bottom, but the pieces are so cute. So if you had a better board to put the pieces on, which I probably do, maybe it would be a cute decorative chess set. As you can see, I have too many chess sets to have decorative chess sets out in my house. So I'm speaking hypothetically, because I only ever keep one chess set up at one time, because any more than that in my house will just be overrun by chess sets. But this one is very cute, and it's the only novelty chess set that I own. And so I think that that's pretty reasonable. Imagine if I whipped out like a Simpsons chess set, a Star Wars chess set. By the way, as a kid, my parents also had a Star Wars chess set. I think it was my brother's. I had no idea which piece was which. Not that I knew how to play, but I was just like, this is way too confusing. So definitely, I don't think that novelty chess sets are the way to introduce chess to children, because that definitely put me off until I was 22. I don't have any other novelty chess sets. This is my only one. And it looks almost like a normal chess set. I mean, until you open it up and see the pieces. I think other than that, it's quite nice. Like, the board is quite nice for a folding set, but I was disappointed at how soft and fragile the wood was and that it got scratched up. Before I move on to my more luxury chess sets, I want to show you this board that I thrifted in Paris. It is the only chess set that I've successfully purchased at a flea market in Paris, because usually they want hundreds. They want hundreds of euros for like chipped, broken, hideous, incomplete chess sets. Oh my God, it's honestly the trenches trying to find any secondhand chess stuff in Paris. This one didn't come with pieces, but I didn't mind because I have many pieces. And I thought it was really cute. It was 10 or 15 euros, and I thought that was a really good deal compared to how much it costs for a low tier folding chess set these days, like the ones that you see on Amazon. And this is probably my favorite chessboard that I own. It's vintage. It was made here in France, I think. I don't know. It's cute. I don't know. I have no words. This one was up on my wall for a while. I had it like decorating the space behind my camera in my streaming room. It has some like watermarks on it from old age. Maybe I should varnish it. I don't really know how that works. Can you varnish this? Somebody watching right now definitely knows about varnishing things. I definitely know you know about varnishing things. Please let me know in the comments. Can I varnish this? I just think it's really cute. Okay, I love a little vintage item. Sad that it didn't come with its pieces, but I'm sure I could buy perfectly sized pieces from the chess shop in Paris to go with it if I wanted to, but given how many chess sets I have, that seems excessive. The next chess set I want to show you is this one from World Chess, and this is the one that I have set up in my home at any given time. The reason for that is because it's not a full-size set, so it's actually perfect for having not be in the way. I do have some full-size sets and pieces, as you've seen and as you will see, but having them set up all the time takes up a lot of space. And I think most people don't really have the space in their home to have a full-size chess set up 24/7. So this is the one I have set up. It has really beautiful pieces, basically the same as the plastic ones that I showed you from World Chess, but they're a bit smaller. I honestly really like this. I have no notes. World Chess really put all of their chess, I don't think I can say that. Honestly, World Chess really did something here, so congrats World Chess. I do really love this chess set. They sent me this as a gift a couple of years ago, so still using my gift. Send me more gifts. I love this chess set, honestly, and I think it's the perfect size for using at home. I use it to film a lot of videos. You've probably seen it in the background of my YouTube videos. You've seen it in my reels. It's probably my most used chess set. The next chess set I'm going to show you is my Tempest chess set. It's really big and won't fit on the frame, so I'm just going to show you the B-roll footage that I filmed. Thank you, Emilia. The Tempest chess set is my only full-size wooden chess set, and it has a magnetic board, which is so cool because it makes it much more portable. If it was full-size and didn't come apart or fold in any way, it would be very unwieldy, but thanks to the magnetic nature of it, it is very wieldy. What I also like about the magnet is it doesn't give you a hinge that you have on all folding chess sets. You have some kind of hinge, which after some time can rust, or it creates kind of like a bump. You know, it's just, the vibes are bad on things that have a hinge. And I really like these pieces. They are a little bit similar to the World Chess pieces, but like different design of a similar vibe, if that makes sense. Maybe that doesn't make any sense, but I really like this chess set. It comes in its own carry bag, and it comes with little bags for the pieces to keep in the carry bag, and it comes with also a scorebook. So that's really cool. And I also have the Tempest clocks, and there is a space in the bag for a Tempest clock. If you're a Tempest user, I really think that this board would go nicely with your other Tempest items. I think that it's still quite heavy to take day to day if you want to go and play chess in the park, but you definitely could if you don't. The problem is I walk everywhere, okay? Because very luckily I live in a walkable city. But because I walk everywhere, I don't want to be carrying something that's like 10 kilos. I don't think it does weigh 10 kilos. I think I'm exaggerating, but I want the lightest, most simple thing every time I have to carry a chess set somewhere. But if you have a car, or if, you know, you're going to take the bus or something, then yes, this is the only full-size wooden chess set that I know of that's even remotely portable. And that's pretty cool to me. I think if I had my own chess room with the table, I would probably keep this one set up 24/7 instead of the World Chess one because it is full size. It's good to use a full size chess set, but for now, the home set is great. That leaves us with my two smart boards. I have one from Chestnut and one from ChessUp. And honestly, the one from Chestnut I have never used because I received it from them as a gift. And I was honestly very disappointed with the quality of the pieces. So I haven't worked with them since receiving it. I think the board is nice. I have nothing against the board. It's a digital board, it plugs in and you can use it to study or to play games or whatever. And basically it tells you the move based on, it will like put a red light on the piece that's moving and where it's gonna go. So that's fine, like technically nothing wrong with the functionality. Technically nothing wrong with the functionality of the pieces. I just think that for the price, this set has nicer horses, which is an insane thing to be able to say. This set has infinitely better horses than this set, okay? And I know I'm burning my bridges here. Chestnut is never gonna wanna speak to me again, but I'm gonna show you some footage. The 4 horses in this Chestnut set, I don't even think that they're the same species. I'm not even sure all 4 of them are horses. I think some of them might be donkeys or some horse hybrid, honestly. I was just genuinely disappointed, and I don't want to lie on my channel about products being a certain way if I don't think they are. And I get that maybe companies will send prototypes and things like that to creators, but I don't believe they told me they were going to do that. And so for them to send something to a creator wanting the creator to promote that product or sell that product as an affiliate or something like this, the horses for me, they have to all have the same face. That's all I'm gonna say. I know a lot of people really like Chestnut. I know that they have some much more high-tech boards. Like they have a set now that moves the pieces automatically. That's really cool, but I've never owned that or touched it or seen it in real life, so I cannot comment. I can only tell you about the product that they sent me. I've never used this, actually. Never ever. It has been sat in my room and I've never touched it. That gets us to my ChessUp board, which does a similar thing. They are both smart boards, they're both digital, they connect with online platforms and you can play chess on here or you can do analysis or do puzzles. I think that the ChessUp board honestly does infinitely better at the same job than this particular model of Chestnut. Like I said, I haven't tried any of the other Chestnut models. This one has a little screen, very easy. There's also an app, but you can do pretty much everything from the screen. I like that on this one, the squares light up, all of the squares, and also it will tell you if it's not. I don't know, it's just, they just nailed it, okay? Like this one makes the lights in my brain light up when I see the lights on the board light up, if that makes sense. I just think that this is, I like this. This is cool. I really wanted to set up like a streamers tournament where all of us who had smart boards of any kind, it doesn't matter, challenged each other to classical chess and then streamed it, obviously remotely. So you know how streamers will stream their chess tournaments, their classical chess tournaments. I thought that this would be a great thing to do to have streamers challenge each other on their smart boards, stream that with commentary. No one has to fly anywhere. I thought that would be so fun. And then you get to see streamers play against streamers. But I couldn't find anyone to sponsor a prize pool for it. Yeah, I don't really have any incentive to offer the streamers to do that. But anyway, I thought that would have been fun. So let me know if you think that's a good idea, because maybe if other people think it's a good idea, we could run that. So I do like the idea of smart boards. And I think that, like, functionally, I'm sure the chess nut air works. At the end of the day, these are still not my most used boards because I am a very clumsy and messy and destructive person. And for that reason, I need to have several boards that I could throw into a fire if I need to, just in case. Because just in case I'm around a fire and then I trip and then we go into the... I don't really know where I'm going with this, but I need to have things that I'm not too precious about getting damaged, basically. The last chess set that I want to show you is actually an incomplete chess set because I lost 2 of the pawns on my move from Jersey to France a couple of years ago. And I didn't know if I should include this. I do have the board back in Jersey, which is enormous and incredibly unwieldy and doesn't even fit in the biggest of suitcases. But I really loved these pieces when I bought them. It's the only expensive chess set that I have bought for myself. And I bought it for myself 1 year into playing chess as like a Christmas present to myself. And so I was devastated when I lost these 2 pawns. I emailed the company that I bought the chess set from, which is Chess Bazaar. I was like, hi, can I please repurchase these 2 pawns because I've lost them, you know? They said yes, and they sent me a way to pay them. I paid them, and they said, you know, we'll send them to you. They didn't send them to me. Instead, they sent me an email, like a follow-up email at some point saying, oh, by the way, we don't actually have those. So we can send you similar ones that are like smaller. I said no. I said, give me my money back, please. So I said no, and they refunded me. But like that whole just experience was really disappointing because it just didn't have to be that way. So that left a pretty bad taste in my mouth, and I'm not convinced I would shop with them again. But yeah, this set is sadly incomplete, was my favorite. Here it is on a different chessboard. So you're seeing it on the Tempest chessboard because I don't have the original board that it came with in this country. I still haven't been able to bring it over, and I figured that now that the chess set is incomplete, there wasn't really much point. That's actually one of the reasons that I was so happy to get the Tempest chess set, because I no longer had a complete wooden full-size set after I lost those 2 pawns, and now I do. So thank you very much, Tempest. I hope no one cancels me for making this video. I really am at all times just trying to give my honest opinion about things, because I would be really disappointed to buy something on a recommendation from somebody I trusted and then be unhappy with it. Obviously, when you receive a product for the first time as PR, you don't always know how that product is going to hold up years later. So that, you know, you should always be conscious of as a consumer. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments which chess set was your favorite. Do you also collect chess sets like I do? Do you have lots of thrifted chess sets? What is your favorite chess set that you own? Let me know, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.